The organization that I will be working with, that my company is working with, is 12 Angry Men. My name is Taylor Smith. I am assistant to President Kevin Stein. I am responsible for overseeing the group, creating an agenda prior to each meeting, group problem solving, and conflict management. Vice President Jeffrey Williams is responsible for taking notes each meeting and sending notes over email after those meetings so everybody is informed. Sharon Lewis is our secretary. She takes care of calls, emails, and all communication outside of our meetings. Jerry Mitchell oversees brainstorming and manages brainstorming techniques and decision making. And Sebastian Santos is in charge of in charge of overall direction of the group. He is our communications specialist. So our client, 12 Angry Men, this organization has many strengths and many weaknesses. Some of their strengths include being unified and achieving one goal. They're extremely good at coming together, realizing what they need to achieve. So that is something that they excel at. They have a combined effort to create communication methods that help the entire group, even if some of the group members hold different opinions, are able to, sometimes unwillingly, listen to conflicting opinions and consider them. They are able to show humility when proven wrong and are unafraid to have their opinions changed. And lastly, first, for their strengths, all believe in a majority rules decision-making process. And being able to agree on that decision-making process makes things a little bit easier. Now we're going to dive into some of their weaknesses. So they do communicate in a hostile way with each other. This organization is actually a new organization. None of them have worked with each other previously or have been introduced previously. So there's a lot of different, these 12 men are getting together, not knowing anything about each other, coming from very different backgrounds and having very different opinions. So as you can expect, things may be less smooth, more hostile with that. So that is an issue. Secondly, sometimes they're unwilling to listen to viewpoints that are different than their own. They are more selfish and egotistical. It's just the personalities coming together. Not all of them are that way, but those few people who are more egotistical and selfish and unwilling to listen to other people create a lot of conflict within the group, and that halts any further progress, really, which is not the best. Third, they're immediately judgmental of each other before hearing everything that another group member has to say. So, for example, if one group member, shares their opinion and doesn't even finish sharing their opinion, and the other person just kind of writes it off already. They don't listen, they don't care the reasoning why. So that is another weakness that the group has and needs to solve. And then fourth, each member holds their own biases based on their experiences that they have had. And this is something that, it's not something that is surprising. Everyone goes through different things and makes opinions off of those experiences. That's what human beings do. But they need to recognize those biases and admit to those biases to be able to understand a different viewpoint or consider a different viewpoint. And then lastly, for a weakness, they're all doing what seems right to them, but their definitions of what is right is different for all of them. And so when you have 12 people together who believe so strongly and passionately that, one thing is right and the other is wrong, it inevitably creates issues. So in our textbook, it says problem solving is a comprehensive, multi-stage procedure moving from a current unsatisfactory state to a desired goal and developing a plan at achieving that goal. The 12 Angry Men are very skilled at agreeing upon one end goal. What they struggle with is finding a procedure to achieve their desired goal. Their hostility towards one another and lack of listening skills inhibits them from communicating effectively and making progress in the allotted meeting times. They recognize that facts may be colored by the personalities that present them, and that is something that one of the group members in this organization actually said. And so understanding that and admitting to those biases will further the group's progress and success. So at least some of them are realizing those biases. With this realization, I believe that by sharing time together and bonding may promote a more respectful communication method. By doing this, they may be able to get together outside of work and get to know each other on a different level and build connections. So the solution for these weaknesses and issues we decided was that every Wednesday after our meetings from 3 to 4 o'clock, we'll have some sort of team building activity. Things like bowling, sports, and things of that nature. By implementing this, our hope is that respect, kindness, and understanding will be fostered and carry over into their professional group meetings. And we will keep you updated on how that goes. We have our fingers crossed that this will solve a lot of these issues and weaknesses that the group has. Even though they do have weaknesses and things to work on, they do have a lot of strengths. And so we hope that they can progress and succeed together. Thank you.